What's going on, guys? It's Joe here from Financially Savvy, back with another update on my net worth and my journey towards financial freedom. The reason for this, as many of you will already know, is I post one of these videos every single month just to keep myself accountable to you guys, really show you guys that I'm practicing what I preach when it comes to personal finances and good money management. So without further ado, let's dive into the screen share and I will show you the tool and the process that I've used over the last 5 years that put me in a position to escape my 9 to 5 at 32 and set me up for financial freedom by the age of 42. So this is the tool that I started building 5 years ago when I decided enough was enough and I wanted more for me and my family financially. What we're looking at right here is the monthly balance sheet. This is the first tab of the tool, and this is where we set our intentions at the beginning of every month by putting our budget or our plan for the month into these plan columns here, and then tracking our spend against that plan throughout the month in these actual columns here to check that we're not going off track, and so that we can pivot throughout the month and make an informed decision about what to do with our spending if we are going off track. The most powerful thing about this spreadsheet though is that at the beginning of every month, once we've put our plan into all of the plan columns and we've put our income into this income table here, it tells us exactly how much money we've got left to save and invest towards our financial goals. So if I hit undo, you can see that we were able to maximize, bar a 10% contingency that we left in our accounts because life is bumpy, no budget is ever perfect. We were able to maximize as much of that free cash flow as possible to put towards our savings and investment goals. The other thing I love is that it shows us our income and our outgoings in this nice visual chart here, as well as our monthly spend via the different categories in this nice pie chart over here. And it also automatically calculates our savings rate, which is currently at 45%. Our target is to always be above 30% with an aim to work towards a 50% savings rate, and we are consistently above 40% now, which is awesome. The next tab is the current yearly expenses tab. Now we use this to track everything else from the previous tab, but just on a yearly basis so that we can keep track of those kind of one-off expenses such as things like holidays or insurance costs and things like that that you only pay for once throughout the year or are a complete one-off, and we can see how much we're spending on those things as a running total for the entire 12-month period. Now that's really important when it comes to planning your expenses in retirement, which you need to know in order to calculate your FI number. I've got a separate video coming up on this later in the month in December, so I'll save that for then. But essentially, if I was to ask you now how much you were going to want to spend on travel when you stop working or when you aim to stop working, it'd be really hard to pull a number out of thin air. So this is why tracking your yearly expenses is so important, because then you know exactly how much you've been spending year by year on travel, and will know if that's the lifestyle you want to maintain in retirement or if you want to adjust it, either increasing it or decreasing that spend. That means when you calculate your FI number based on your yearly expenses, it is going to be far more accurate. The spreadsheet also tracks our savings, which have had a huge jump this month thanks to the rallies in the stock market and the crypto market as well. It also tracks our house equity and assets and our debts, and it then uses all of that information to automatically calculate our net worth, which, as I mentioned, has taken a huge jump this month. It's now climbed to the highest number it's ever been, and that has happened consistently every month in 2023 because we have been so committed to our goals of achieving that savings rate target and essentially just maximizing that difference between how much we earn and how much we spend, and making sure we invest as much of that difference as possible. Now, we're obviously delighted with how fast our net worth is growing because it means we're going to get to our financial freedom goal sooner. But the whole reason we've been able to do this, and the point I want to get across, is because we have been tracking our finances in this way using this tool. And it means that by doing so, we are able to make informed decisions week by week, month by month, and year by year about exactly what we are going to do with our money, because we know what's coming in, what's going out, and what we have available. We know what direction our net worth is growing in, and therefore if it moves off of that trajectory, we know that we need to make a decision to do something about that. And it's the whole reason I've been able to eliminate all of our debts, escape my 9 to 5 at 32, and put us on track to retire in our 40s. So if you're not already doing this, obviously I highly recommend you go and do it. I will leave a link in the description below, or if you're watching this on Twitter, I will leave a link on the tweet below this with a link to where you can download a copy of this tool with 50% off for the first 15 copies, and then the discount is going to drop to 35% off and then no discount. So go and take advantage of that while there are copies available, and if you need any help, please reach out. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, I'd massively appreciate it if you could smash the thumbs up button. It would really help out the channel that I've launched, as well as subscribing as well, obviously, so that you don't miss any future updates like this, as well as all the other videos that I've got planned on showing you how to manage and invest your money to become financially free. If you've got any questions at all, please leave a comment below and I will get back to every single comment I receive. I look forward to speaking to some of you guys And until the next one, take care.